Hi everyone! How's your day been? My name is Miles, or Keep Flying High. They're interchangeable at this rate. And welcome back to the Aeroteam YouTube channel. This is episode 3 of Livery of the Week! In today's episode, we're going to take a look at Foxtrot-Hotel Papa Juliet Indigo, or the Air France 80 on, or 80 years livery on the A380. From 2009 to 2020, the A380 was Air France's premier aircraft in the fleet. It was their flagship. They were, I believe, the launch customer of the A380. Sadly, they had plans to retire the aircraft in 2022, but because of the ongoing global health crisis and the strain on commercial aviation, Air France decided to retire these aircraft this year. All 10 of them have been put in storage, and I believe one has been scrapped already. This aircraft is super beautiful in my opinion. It's just good. The tail looks very nice, the new design. And the 80 is supposed to be of like a flight attendant serving, and like the Air France A380 on the tail, plus the sky and the continents, and just the digital connection. This is on the left-hand side. It's different on the other side. And on the other side, it looks like this. It's the, just some of the sky carriers. I believe down here is supposed to be like a tote or something. More another tablet for the interconnectedness. A magazine with the title and a park and something, and another label. And right here, it's supposed to say 80 ans, or 80 years. Same back on the first side. This aircraft is huge. It was very huge. Even though it's such a simple aircraft, it was very hard to do. The Air France text is super wide, and it fits in such a tight space, so it's very hard to make it work. So I put it into Photoshop. I took a picture of a side shot of the A380, and I put it into Photoshop, and I did my best to scale the text. But I think it worked out very nicely with the swooping dark to light logo. Now, as we make our way inside, I just want to point out some really cool things about the aircraft and its interior. You have the front stairs, which is super important to the full double-decker look of the A380. And as soon as we get into the first row, we have these La Premiere class seats by Air France. They're like leather and super nice tan leather. They're just gorgeous enclosed suites. But I think it's super interesting that in the real aircraft they have red carpet for La Premiere seats. Yeah, super lavish. I think it's very fitting for Air France. And as we move our way back, we get our first galley in the lower L2 and R2 doors, which are for entry. And we start going into economy for the whole way back. Just some closet space or whatever. Lots of economy seats. Lavatories, another set of doors. More galley space in the back stairs, but we'll get to those soon. On the A380, there are 3 possible positions for the crew rests. One on the top deck, one behind the stairs, and one below deck into the cargo hold. Air France, I believe, has the option for the below cargo hold one. And you enter through this door right here, which is across from the lavatories in the economy, just aft of the lower L3 and R3 doors, I think. You enter, there's like a steep staircase / a ladder. There's a closet for all the goods of the crew members. And it's just bunk beds like this for several rows. They're quite nice, actually. I've seen some pictures and videos of them. Alright, I'm going to go back down this aisle to show the upstairs, which, the back staircase is always a fun part of the A380 experience. You sit spiral, and then you end up at the back of the aircraft. And on Air France in particular, after the spiral staircase, you have a lavatory. Not a lavatory. You have another galley and just crew workspace with some regular economy at the very end, with some barriers and then premium economy. The seats are black with like white and a red headrest design. I couldn't do the red headrest design. I apologize for that, but I just wanted to point out that's what these seats are. And then for basically the whole rest of the aircraft on the way, all the way to the front, save for some lavatories, it's the business class, which is probably one of my favorite business classes in Europe at this rate. They're super spacious. Again, all the seats are black and with the white headrest, and you have the footrests that extend out from the seat. It's a very cool look. It's super modern, and I'm glad Air France decided to do this as their brand new business product. Right here you have some baby bassinets. I didn't know how else to do it besides these, but I think there are only a couple other seats on the aircraft that have these bassinets. Not all bulkheads do, which is kind of interesting. Here's some more doors in that crew workspace. I believe you also can enter through this door, and at the airports with the bi-level boarding gates, you do board through right here. It's super, super cool. And then finally, like as I mentioned, there's more business class. It's a lot of seats. If I were to make a guess, it's probably 130 business. And then you end up right back at the start of the stairs right here, which is very nice. It's like a full loop. Now we're going to go into the flight deck, and as you can see, it's very Airbus, super clean, super modern, with the side stick, and the panel, and just all the space with the jump seats. Right here, there's also supposed to be a flight crew rest that's like you go in through right here, but we don't have much space about it. Just before I end up the episode, I'm just going to show some cool things about the A380 that we've produced. Starting with the front landing gear, we have all the gear detail, and the strut is super, super good looking. The tires are ginormous for this aircraft. It's kind of scary that an airplane can have this much, can have tires this big. We have some details on the bottom, antenna, some receivers and transmitters. The wing lights are super cool. Underneath the belly beacon light, and we're gonna go up to the top real quick and look at the double top beacon light. The aircraft is so big that it has two on the top. It's kind of cool. Here are the left side Engine Alliance GP7000s, I think they are. Mind and Zap worked hard on redesigning the first iteration, and I think these look very nice. They look just like the aircraft's engines in real life. We have the wing light, some more wing detail. I believe when taxiing, the A380 has another ground forward light just beneath the wing, so I think it's right here. The winglet on the Air France livery is all gray, so we have another winglet light and some detail. An interesting fact about some of the A380s, the newer A380s that rolled off the production line have gray horizontal stabilizers, whereas this aircraft in particular has white horizontal stabilizers. Yeah, go figure. I have no idea why Airbus decided to do this. We have the APU exhaust, which looks like an Airbus. Kind of cool, super simple. On the Air France tail, there is the however many number of European Union countries. I think it's 12 or 13. They have that on both sides, which is really cool. Excuse me if I get the number of countries wrong, I apologize. Some more airfoil extensions and just things along the top. And this aircraft is so big. I don't really know how to convey just the sheer size of how big this thing is. You have more details right here. The center landing gear is just ginormous. Like, holy moly, look at how big these are. You can go up in them, you can see that they have the gear hold, and they retract in a really cool way on the real aircraft. Here are the outer ones on the wings. Again, more detail. Looks super, super, super pleasant. We're just going to fly through the crew rest, which I already showed off, and we're going to go look at the aft and bulk cargo hold. It's super nice. These are super standard, but I think it's always cool just to see inside, because you don't really get a normal view of this anyways. Right here we have the bulk cargo hold for bulk cargo. The door is right here. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at the front cargo hold, which is right here. Again, it's a super cool view that most people don't get a chance to see, with all this detail and where all the luggage and pallets go. I think it's just super cool. You know, just before I wrap up, I know there's just so much detail to get through. We have some more probes and pitot tubes and wipers and things like that that are common on the nose of an aircraft. And if I believe correctly, there is a little there's a little something around here. I'm not sure. I apologize if I can't find it. So after searching for a couple of minutes, I wasn't able to find it, but there are these, you know, intakes underneath the wings and the underbelly, which looks super nice. But yeah, that concludes the livery of the week on the Air France A380, 80 years of service. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you loved it, give it a thumbs up. If you really loved it, subscribe to our channel. My name is Miles, or Keep Flying High, and I'll see everyone on the flip side.